All right, it's been a little while since I've done a video. I've been traveling internationally, helping out some refugee camps and yada, 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 and just haven't had the best of internet. And I feel like I should open some packs and talk about cards and just catch up with you guys here. So we're going to open 200 cards. We're also going to talk a little bit about some features on PeakMonsters as well. So we're going to open them. Oh, you know what? Let's do I don't know, like 50 one by one. Ooh, I can't do one by one like most people. I mean, this animation, for example, let's just take a look. It just takes too long. I have a lot of cards to open. I think you guys will enjoy seeing them opened a lot at a time. We'll do a set of 200 for sure. But maybe we'll do smaller amounts too. But I did want to talk about some of them. There's a lot of in the Chaos Legion. There's a lot of twos and ones. I don't know exactly what place they're going to take, but we're going to look at the data on Peak Monsters and kind of analyze that as well. This Thorn one's pretty easy. I don't know. I guess I haven't played with them a ton. I have thoughts about a few. People keep on talking about this Chaos Agent. Um, At level one, he seems pretty weak, not too excited. Now, the obsidian is the highest cost of the new summoners. So I wasn't expecting that. I would have thought the red. I mean, I obviously did a post and talked about how much I liked the black summoner. So maybe I was wrong. And we'll see once people start playing more and start, getting new strategies based off of the new cards and new abilities. All right, let's keep going. So this will be the fun card. Did you? I'm sure you guys knew this that when you hover, you're going to see that there's a card that's going to be interesting. You can kind of click the other ones real quick, but I don't have a ton of thoughts on some of these, but Goblin Psychic obviously stands out to me. Having Tank Heal right off the bat, having a two magic, being in a team with a summoner that has a magic boost, all that's pretty good. It's just, this is worrisome because Magic Reflect and the those cards that go opportunity cards will make this guy pretty susceptible. No shields, nothing like that. But let's take a look. Another tank heal one. But I mean, look at that. Tank heal with a 3 mana card versus but you do got the magic. So I mean between the two, I go for the goblin. Um, I can't do this one at a time sort of thing. And we got some other things to discuss. So we're gonna open 100. How about that? Then we'll do 200. So let's give it a shot. And I do want to go through pricing on these cards, see where they're at. Another stat that I've been thinking about, I want to talk about that a little bit as well. So the reveals goes fast. I don't really pay attention much. I'm looking for the gold foil legendaries and seeing which legendaries pop up. But we got one gold rare. All right, gold, and it's going to stay normal. That's too bad. And an epic. That's good. And ooh, gold foil legendary. All right, all right. So that was a fun little moment. We got some fiends. Oh, it's going fast now. I don't know why. Sometimes it goes real fast and real slow. It's because I don't have many legendaries, probably slowing it down, which is too bad. All right, there's another one. Another fiend. And done. So, not exactly sure what to think of that one. How many? We got the one gold legendary, which was pretty awesome. Just a fiend, which aren't necessarily going for a lot. Now I have some thoughts on that. It seems like the fiends are really good for max level, but I'm not a max level player. So let's look at the other golds that we have. We got a summoner, gold summoner, which is good, and I like this guy because I think magic is going to be used. I feel like it's going to be used a lot. I don't know. I'll go out and play a few games and see but magic and negative heart, it just seems like you can just rip through a team, just like have a heart attack and they just die because they don't. I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying. All right, a couple of rares. And this is the worst looking of all the cards. It just stands out like a sore thumb. These colors don't match anything else. You can't even tell it's a fish. It's just like, oh yeah, it's coral, and it's just this weird looking thing. I mean, maybe the art looks awesome, like really large, but it's not really large. It's a small thumbnail most of the time you're looking at it. It's just a terrible looking card. And there's so many good looking cards. Like that's a good looking card. Um, I mean, a lot of the humanish elements, they look really cool. These mole rat kind of guys, like all these, even these ones look pretty good. This was another one that's just horrible. It's just not good at all. You win some, you lose some. Like this one is so cool, and this one is good, and this one is amazing. Um, and this one's not human element. It's least okay. It's just this is kind of funky looking. It's not like the best. It's not like horrible. But this like is so cool. This one is. I mean, there's so many good ones. It's just that makes these stick out like a sore thumb. This stonefish is so ugly, so terrible. This one I always had problems with. Like this line right here seems so awkward on this Regal Periton. Otherwise, I mean, it's a cool looking car. This one, though, I mean, like, not as cool as this one. Looks awesome. This one, I don't like the Torrent Fiend. I know the Translucent is pretty cool, but just in general, not my favorite. The Magi Necrosi is one of my favorite looking ones, and I think that its abilities, even at level one, are amazing. I don't know if anyone else is thinking this. I didn't see the prices up too high, but camouflage really helps protect it from getting opportunited or sneaked or something to that effect. And then you could snipe with a two magic. It is pretty expensive for what it does, but I can't remember what it does on the next level. But I remember being very impressed with it. I released a post talking about at silver what some of these will do. Now, this is all level one, so bronze sort of stuff isn't as exciting. How did I end up with three gold Kulus? Three of the same. That's strange. Some things just surprise me like that. Yeah, I mean, so strange. Anyways, any of these others, I hear people talking about the cursed Wendigo. It seems pretty cool. Seems like it gets pretty fast and it has thorns. Um, it seems a lot like that Chihuahua dude that's in the. I know his name's not Chihuahua, but he's in the dragon team. It has thorns and it's kind of faster. It has a little tankier, but and I know that they. I think they didn't they downgrade Tenyi a little bit. He's still pretty rocking. I still think pretty cool. So, yeah, the fiends are interesting, but they get way more interesting at max level, and I just don't play max level. So, I think it's a good idea for Splinterlands to have done that to make them like interesting at max level to get people wanting them and willing to combine them. Now I got four obsidians, which is rocking, that's for sure. Because you know they're going for a bit. Actually, I haven't checked it a little bit, so let's run over and compare some of our thoughts to what's going on in the buy market. So my thing is black. I think I have to like force refresh on it, and then it will come up with the correct icon. Now I am going to combine some stuff, which is one of the big PeakMonsters upgrades that we did recently. So, but I want to take a look. We'll start with commons, and we'll start from the top. So we talked about the Goblin Psychic being pretty awesome, and it seems like the price is awesome, double anything else, and even the market values. I mean, even the bid is at point 0.9, so makes you realize how good it is. I mean, people like, especially with the new summoner being a magic summoner and then tank heal, and let's see what happens. He goes up in health, which helps. And so, I mean, let's see. What do we got at Silver League? Let's go exit out of this real fast. Close. Let's go to battle. I'm pretty low in my ratings because I haven't played while traveling. But let's go to details. So at silver, we're looking at 5432, and then at gold, we're doing 8653. So let's look at the 5432 aspect. When you get up to you get affliction, causing the unable to be healed. So I mean that's cool. I guess at level 5, you stay with the 2 magic attack all the way through. It looks like it would be cool to get it at silence with 6 health if you get up to gold league. I don't know. It's probably going to be best at the lower levels here. At, you know, at level 1 and level 2 are probably going to be its strengths. I don't know if it's going to be as valuable at higher levels. So we're probably going to see that situation where the 1 BCX version is going to be much more expensive than the per BCX. So you're already starting to see it separate a little bit. Now let's take a look at the golds and see if it is similar here. So we have one standout, but that's just because no one's listing one, I guess. The bid is lower. So, and that's part of it. Like the bid is really more important to see where people are putting value. So look at this bid at $3 compared to this bid at $12. So, but again, only one bid. So not. I don't know what the next bids are. You can click on this. No, a bunch at $12 and 11. So there's a lot of interest in the Goblin Psychic. And when you get one, it's at level 3 to begin with. So I had thought that Silent Shavi was going to be very, very powerful, but I think it had poison or something like that, and they got rid of it, and it was super fast, and it looks like it only gets up to us. It was super fast very early on. So, I mean, okay, so we're at silver. If you're at silver, we're going to have a 356. 3506, I guess. So it's okay. It's not as good as I had expected before, and the bid's pretty low. So this is one of the opportunities is to jump in, especially on some of these gold ones, to look at this separation. There's a huge spread in between to kind of jump in and make a bid. So I will show you this. You don't have to beat it by much. Let's just do that. I just want level 1 versions. Because where am I interested into? Oh, we had an error. If there's an error broadcasting, it's probably a node issue. One of the Hive nodes, so not Hive the blockchain, but one of the nodes that helps is some of them have been having issues. So if that happens, you can go to the queue and just refresh it, broadcast the keychain transaction, and boom, successful. So a little bonus tip in there. And you go in and check some of these. I did like the deep lurker. I think it probably changed it a little bit. The fact that it has opportunity and it's a 3 to begin with, I like level 1 is awesome for like bronze league sort of stuff. Um, See, you get 337. Um, yeah, I mean, even at level 1, it's awesome. So You get a 4 attack for silver, so I may combine up to this. I have to get poison as well. I'll combine all the way up to get the poison, but two more and I'd get the 5 attack. Heck yeah. Okay, so I like Deep Lurker, so I think I'm willing to put a bid. I mean, you're looking at twice the price on these Deep Lurkers. Um, let's look at some of the other bids and see if, yeah, there's strong interest in it. So I think I will jump in with my interest as well. 6.82. Let's just grab three of them. We're probably going to get outbid soon. If I have a lot of interest, I'll come back. Now, Chaos Agent has a higher bid, um, and people seem to like this one a lot. It just, I don't know, because the backfire, the phase, it's a one, so you get a lot for having a one, I guess. It's no attack, but it's kind of like a good meat shield. It is a neutral. I guess that's probably why it's a one that's a neutral, and it has a dodge, but dodge with a two speed isn't that exciting. Hmm. No shield on it, but you could put it on a team that has shield. So I see the interest. I see the benefit. Um, and I know the spread's not too big. I'd maybe even jump on it, thinking maybe it could go up, but not too many of them are above $10. So maybe this one won't. Let's take a look at the bids. Huh. There's an 8 and then it goes down to 6. So definitely don't want to beat this one. It looks like I don't know, even the $6 range. And this is what I would do. I would try to get some multi BCX type stuff. So these ones are all looking for ones. So I could beat this one at just like 601, you know? So let's do that. 601. I probably won't get any, I won't get any, sorry, the price level. Probably won't get any level one cards out of it, but maybe some of these level threes. I don't know why I did three. That would be awkward because two is where I should have. Anyways, doesn't matter. Not worth really going and fixing. Any other interesting ones? It's the level ones or the one mana cards that are I find pretty interesting. It gets flying. If you have one that has a shield on it, does one of them have a shield? I can't remember. Looks look for the other level one. All right, it has thorns. I think that one's pretty interesting. So it's a quick, easy kill, but it will hurt them back if they're doing melee. So it is low on the price. All these level one cards seem to be pretty low. Okay, so the Stonefish, the one that I think has the worst graphics, with it's almost like a two kill. The other ones are like a one kill. This is a two kill. So to me, the spread isn't much. It's uh, it's what team water, which is going to get one shield anyways, but I could play it with the other summoners, which is awesome. It's a one. I think all of these maybe are a little underappreciated to a degree. So I'm going to grab this. Grab some golds of that. I should look at the non-golds, of course, but we're towards the bottom of. I mean, they don't get much cheaper. You have this guy that's a little bit cheaper. And what is he doing here? If he attacks. Now that's the thing. He's never going to attack. Why did my screen freeze? Let's go back. So we are on rare or common cards, and we're looking a little higher here. Okay, so yeah, I mean this guy's just not nearly as beneficial because he's never going to attack to shatter the shield. He's too slow. He's not going to attack. He's not going to shatter. before he gets killed by some opportunity monster or something like that. He's not going to be set in the front. He's not. I mean, he has to be placed in very specific game sets. It's not. He's not good. Um, and and I'm looking. I always look at leagues. I don't play at high leagues. So now a void monster is pretty darn cool. He may still get opportunities or something to that effect. Um, but he won't be opportunityed by a magic attacker. Still not as good though as the other one. All right, so it's so funny. I think these are trash graphics on these two, like two of the worst, but um, they've got two of the best skills. So here I am buying them, even though they're ugly as sin. Um, we'll get this. If I have it, I mean, I may be wrong on this sort of stuff, but I'm liking it. So, oh, look at this guy. This is a good tanky three. There's not a lot of tanky threes in the game, um, though Earth seems to be the one with a few tanky type low mana cards. He's not gonna. He's not gonna actually ever hit with this one attack. Well, maybe he will. What is he? Yeah. So he's got a two attack at this level, and then what? A stun when and if he hits. Not super excited, but of course he is pretty low. Um, I love reach monsters that aren't too expensive. This is a little high. Would have liked to see it a little bit lower and faster reach monsters, but he's not fast either. What did you get here? Like, you got one health more. You get enrage, I guess. Enrage is good when you have a good amount of health, but you go down to five on this. I like reach though with the three attack. And how often are you going to be injured to get that rage? So it seems like the sweet spot is this level four. So not too interested. I know that the prices. Well, there's something else I wanted to look at. I'm going to show you this here. When you click on rent, you're going to see some of these percentages, and just skim through them. The highest one available is a level five, but here's the level threes, 38%. Um, let's do the compare. And let's take a look at the golds. Um, we'd have to go to rent. Sorry, this is what we want to do. Let's go back to grid. Um, all right, so let's open this up. It's taking a moment, isn't it? Taking its sweet time. Chaos Legion, gold, and I like to sort it by the CP. So kind of gives you an idea of the top valued ones. What you want. This is why I decided yesterday. What you want, and this is where we're getting into a new discussion, is if you are an owner, you want this number to be low and this number to be high. So I think the coolest thing to do is take a calculator and take this number divided by this number. And remember, this is percentage, so it's 20 divided by 0.5. Okay, so that it would be 40. But look at this one. This one's even better because 28 divided by 2.2 is something like 14 or 13, something like that. And then, so you want the lowest number possible. So you've got 40 on this one, 13 on this one. You've got like 40 on this one. And it was pretty high yesterday, actually. So let me actually show you something. Okay, here we go. So on the epics, at level one on this is not gold foil. I was doing those numbers. So the Grund at that point was just a really good number, 14. And then the rest were like 184, 153, 165. It wasn't good. I mean, these are just the epics. And here's, let's go back here. I'll show you. These are the regular foil legendaries. So 34 divided by 0.62 is 54. So here's the numbers. So it would be kind of fun to have this. If this idea is a good idea, this would be a really cool number to do. Pretty easy to calculate, maybe even on the fly. Um, but every level you're going to see a little bit different. So we'll go to regular and show you what I'm talking about here. So we've got the Grund is still there at 22. So its score would be somewhere around 21, 22, because of 22 divided by 1 is right around that. So, but look at this one, 50 divided by almost 2. So this one's even higher. And, well, you can't really count these point ones. That's the problem with the commons. Commons at level 1, there's going to be 1,100 cards. So chance of yours getting rented out is very low. So you kind of want to go a little bit higher. So let's actually do a silver. Um, well, let me show you the difference between level 1 legendaries and level 2. So you've got really high numbers here, way higher. Look at that. The Jin Muriat, 140. That just means that there's very little available. So you don't trust these ones with so little available. Compared to this one, a lot of Dr. Blight's available, 44 divided by 0.22. But I mean, it's just because the price is so high. Now, if you already own these cards, that's cool. But this is our YROA is for those that don't own the cards and are thinking about buying. So you are looking for this number compared to this number. And like this is probably a better deal than this one, even though it seems like you're going to get a higher price on if you're renting out Chaos Dragon, which keep in mind, best price. So Splinterlands does not give us price data on rentals. We don't know what rentals are being rented out for. All we know is the ones that haven't been rented out yet. Like this Jin Muriat. It has not been rented out. It's sitting there at 140. No one has rented it. Probably because it's at 140. If we looked at the levels, no one has put a bid in yet. They're so new. But the level 1 cards are at 2. So what if we put this here? That's 250 CP. So it's a below the normal price, which is 185 right now is the typical CP bid. Actually, if we go to 1K bids, 185. Yeah. So, yeah, let's keep going. So I'm looking at these, but these prices are kind of ridiculous. What about level 3s? Let's go take a look at level 3s. If some are consistently high up, that's also of interest. This Desert Dragon just means that there's none available, really. Yeah, that's not a thing. And then we were looking at the Myriad. It's not even available. That's interesting. And the Alfar. So these are holes for people that are owners to come and fill. Like, look, it's Chaos Legion is new. There's no cards at level 3 for all 4 of these. And the quantity available on these is super low, right? You've got like just Dr. Blight has some. But otherwise, like 2, 3 cards available. A Corpse Fiend is decently available. And when it has a decent availability, look how it drops down. 61 divided by 0.78. It's still pretty good rate. It's still a good rate compared to a lot of cards. When we go over to, well, I said I was going to show the level 1s. There's a lot more available, of course, so you can trust these numbers, the 60s and stuff like that. Okay, okay, so maybe that's where things go, and maybe these are the best of them. And look, there are 200 listed, and it's still high up at 62, and it's got a high rate here. Now, people know that Queen Mycelia is awesome, and it's low, and it's got a decent quantity, lower than the others, probably because a lot of them have been rented or being used or something to that effect. We don't know, obviously, many have been rented, which is too bad. But let's take a look at the stats of the River Hellendale. So resurrect, cool. Doesn't have a lot of health, but it inspires, which is great. So it doesn't really do too much. Now, dispel, clearing the buffs, maybe isn't cool enough. Level 2 is maybe. I'd go to level 2 with the River Hellendale. So I wonder actually where she goes to when you look at level 2. So you got 89% and then 189%. I don't know. That definitely seems like a really good deal. So to me, I am running over here to grab some River Hellendales and low on the price range. Now, the price gap is a little bit big. It would be nice to just jump in there with a bid. I'm thinking about it. There's a lot at 24. I think it could be a good deal. So we're going to grab 10 of these. It's a big purchase. It could drop in price, and I should actually put a bid in. Let's take a look at the other bids. It probably was better to put a bid in. I probably could have saved a lot of money. There's a bunch at 21, so 21, 17, 21, 25. It's fine if you guys come in and outbid me. We're going to grab 10 more of these. All right. Okay. So that's how I'm presently trying to find good deals. Now, price movement on this all is, I mean, price discovery is going to be an issue for a little while, like trying to figure out which ones are going to rise to the top. Now, the Torrent Fiend, oh, that's the one I bought. No, did I buy a bunch of these? What is its? It gets headwinds. It's blue. I guess when you could have put a shield on it, that's pretty cool. I don't know why it's 65%. I don't know. Any other percentages sticking out? This probably would be decent. I'm going to go back to level 2s and see if Torrent Fiend is still up there. Nope. It's 54, still pretty good. 10 cards available. I just don't know yet. The Jin Muirat is up there. What is it at level 1? 103.49. How many are available? It has a few and then jumps up. I always thought this one was pretty darn good. Did I show you the stats earlier? Void armor. So you've got 4 plus 7. That's like 11 hit points because you have the void armor, and it's got knockout, which I think is dumb. I don't like knockout because how often do you stun? You have to make sure you really put in a very specific team. But giant killer, that's cool. So when you've got a big mana match, you get a figure that they're putting a giant up front. So you put him somewhere. He doesn't even have to be up front because he's magic attack, and then you get to have a 4 magic attack against him, which is cool. I mean, it's not a big attack, Once you go up to the next level with a magic reflect, I don't know, he's tanky. He's a tanky non-tank. So I like him. I don't know if he's great. I haven't played with him much. I guess I could rent him and figure it out, but there's not a lot of rentals yet. So, all right. Um, he's one though I'm keeping an eye on. So I guess one thing to do is to star him. The ones that I'm really interested in. I do like this Alvar because the giant killer is one of those things you put him right up front because he's got void armor and his 3 attack will be 6. So I don't think he's great in level 1, but level 2 that's like a 14 right there, and then demoralize. So he's great at level 3, and then death blow is pretty cool too. To those crons if he's up against the cron, yeah. So this if you think they're going to play a one card and it's going to be the cron, you're going to throw in your legionnaire and just pound him with a 6 attack, which I guess isn't a lot. It's not really a death blow 6 attack, so maybe he's not as good as I thought. So maybe I will tag him. Um, Now, Quix, the Devious, is pretty cool. These are the ones I want to keep an eye on. Let's go back to, well, let's check out the epics actually. All right. So at level 1, we've got this Grund, and I bought a bunch yesterday because at 20, it's still hovering at that mount. So is it just because no one has listed one? Look, it's twice as much as the next one, Tusk the Wild, which is pretty good too. So why is Tusk the Wild so good? 6 with a 12, and he's got reduced magic attack. So he's just a tank that doesn't hardly do much damage, but he will inspire at level 4. Hmm. Well, I could see why people probably like him. He's only a 6 mana cost, so that's one for me to consider buying. And the Grund, but then you drop down like 57 divided by 0.64 is 70, 80, whereas this one is like 40. So the score differential on this new idea that I had is much different. And this one, Prismologist, it seems like people are pretty up on it. Let's see why. Because it's got Blast and it's the 3, but the main summoner gives a +1, so that's 4 and a. Is it 4 and a 2 or 4 and a 3? It's probably 4 and a 2. So, and then a force field. That's pretty dang cool. Put him at the end. That will, the sandworm. If the sandworm goes after this guy, that's really helpful. Put him at the end. Her at the end. Sorry. It's very susceptible though. An 8 mana with a 4 heart. Yeah, that's rough. It doesn't seem to get much more either. Goes up to 5. That's it. I'm not as sold on it as others, but they're the ones playing, so maybe we agree with this all a little bit more. But Tusk and Grund. So if we go to the epics, and probably they're going to be the more expensive one. Now Tusk is at the $6 mark, and Grund is the $10 mark, with the bids very high. Now, separation isn't too big here, so I could just jump in on these prices, or I could put the bid in. Let's actually look to see what other bids there are. All right. Oh, it drops down a lot. So this is a sweet spot, 504. So let's do 504. Let's do 20. Let's do 4. Or is a level 2. So, all right. Put an order in for Tusk the Wild. And I still think Magi is awesome. I don't know why it's not, well, 86.52 is, I mean, that's still like a score of 160. So it's not good compared to these other ones. But then again, my score idea maybe isn't like perfect. Um, we'll see. All right. So next up, I thought people liked the Gem Meteor. Doesn't have a good score. Well, they like it. Look at that price. This reflects the price, and it's not renting for very much over here. So let's go to, well, let's check out the level twos. What you want to see is Grund still up there, 8 and yeah, look at that. Why is the forgotten one here? Probably just a bad pricing. Not many available. Look at the number available. The number is still 12 though. So that's interesting. Why does it jump up? No reason. Like one extra health. So I don't know if I agree with that one either. Percentage seems high. I just think here in a moment it's gonna get a new card's gonna be listed and it's no longer gonna be good. But Grun continues to be good. Then you have a few. I mean, it's just not many available, and that's why the prices just are useless right now at that point because we don't know the pricing. Splinterlands has never made that API. All right, let's look at rares. And here's the issue is that they're all zero point 0.1. So it's just useless there. So we have to look at level twos and see where we go. So Tarsa, obviously, 5 and 100. So Tarsa is still a very good deal. Everyone thought she'd be good, but they changed the stats on it. It's no longer +1 to speed, it's +1 to heart. So, but having a 2, having the +1, yeah, I mean, obviously she's good. The market is speaking. There's not many available. Maybe in this case, when you have a bunch available in some of the other ones, but not as many here, that just maybe means that it justifies its popularity. Now, Kelia and then Obsidian are also very high, but not as high here. That's still pretty good. 10 divided by zero point 0.4 is like 22, which is a really good score. And the Tenyi we always thought was going to be good, but I am surprised with the infantry dude. Why? He's got shield, he's tanky, but he's an 8 with a 3 attack. It's just has giant killer. Maybe that's cool because then it would be an 8 attack um, up against another giant. I don't know. I'm not trusting it because I don't see its value. But once I start playing, and maybe I will. So, all right. So, what are some of the other the Pellicor Arbalist? Why is it so high? Double strike with the. Like I said, everyone's loving this ranged attack on white, and with double strike, I get it. I get it. I get why that one is a good one. 20 and 121. So that score is around 22, 23 or something like that. Now, I am surprised that 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth top one is the Thaddeus Brood. I thought he was great. Look at 27 and 27. He's not great. This isn't a good score at all. Not compared to even the Celestial Harpy, which is, look at that, it's a dang good deal. What's its ability? That's a 2 with opportunity. And flying. An opportunity flying. You want to get it up to this level 3 with a 2 attack. But man, it could be opportunity itself. So, but let's look at the I'm going to star it. Um, and I still like this black one, the black summoner. So 50 and 160. That seems pretty darn good. Oh, it's all about this ranged and scatter shot. Hmm, interesting. I haven't seen scattershot in use, so I don't know if it's going to be as useful as people think it is. But we could use it with snare. Even no, at Silver League you can't use the snare. I don't even like snare that much. I don't know why I cared, but this is good. A three attack. I don't see it maybe as much. Let's go down the list. No, I think those are the ones. And the infantry one, I guess, could be cool. I'm not sure. I guess we'll just click all of these. These are the good ones. Are they still good in level three? Look at they're starred here, and Cursed Windy Coup comes into play here. At level three, it gets a three attack, so I guess that's why. Um, but I think that's a popular one. It seems like there's some pretty good deals in. Look, there's just not many available here. Crazy. So we won't even go up to rares level fours. Just we need a lot more rentals to be listed. Now let's go to commons. Obviously, it's going to be point ones here, and with 1,000 of them, 800 of them listed. So chances of yours being rented out is low. But there we go. We've got 10 to 20, 10 to 30 here. We already talked about earlier the Goblin Psychic. But look at this. That isn't good. 125 and 10. So it's people recognize it's good, and therefore it's expensive for what it is, and just commons just aren't going to be a great deal. If you want one, it looks like this shadow. I don't know. I don't know which one. Deep lurker. People know it's good. It's so it's already priced accordingly. It looks like the rares and legendaries are, in my opinion, where it's at. So, did we highlight the epics that we liked? Well, Grund and Tusk, and I like this guy. Let's double check the level twos. People liking the Forgotten One because of immunity, perhaps. Um, he's got a hard hit at a bronze or silver level that could be pretty dang powerful. I mean, how can you? Yeah, you got to start him with those rates. Maybe it'll all go down. Maybe this is a lie, but it just seems so good. And I just don't think that any level above that's worth looking at right now. So now what we do is go in to look at perhaps buying a few of these. And my how do we search my favorites? Oh, do we not have a favorites filter? Interesting. I thought for sure we did. Okay. Well, no one's mentioned it to me. So that's kind of funny. Um, mention it. We'll work on getting it, I guess. All right, so let's go to here and price above burn. Tusk the Wild is the lowest one in this list. So I know that he was highly regarded, and then I started him, and then he's low on this list. So this is what I will aim for. Oh, Test the Wild. Gold. I didn't realize that. So that's an epic gold at 50, 60. much are the other golds? The other epic golds. Let's look at grid. They're all 59, and oh, he's one of the lowest priced of them all. You know what? Let's grab a couple. 41 CPs. Okay. We'll grab two of them. He's apparently popular. Okay, let's go back to list so I can see, sorry, compare so I can see my stars. So the Magi, they're at the 4 level. I'm just looking at epics. Let's look at some of the others. The infantry is somewhat low, but I still don't get why he's that popular. Legendary River Hellendale as a legendary 350, but we don't know if the golds are popular. We didn't look through all those. A lot of studying to do. 2 with flying and opportunity. This one is the one I liked, I think. Okay, so $12, big separation. So I'm just going to grab this one real fast. That is like a little bit of a deal, I think, a $2 deal. Now, I will say this. I believe that, and this is, you may have a different opinion and listen to a few other YouTubers, but I believe that Chaos Legion cards will go down in value for a little bit. Let's take a look at pack stats. Chaos Legion has already gone down. It used to be like 12 to 15. Now it's 7 to 11. So when you're using both, so $7 is the expected value of these cards. So it's already gone down a bunch. But when people realize there are going to be 12 million card packs available at $4 flat, then seeing this at $7 is like, oh, well, I could just sell my cards right now at $7 and buy a bunch more when they go at $4. So, and they will go down. And I guess they have gone down. I don't know if they're going to go down a lot more than this, but I've been telling people that I know, like, this used to be at $12, $13. I'm like, that's going down. And it has. So I was right. I just didn't record it in time for you guys, I guess. Let's actually look at the market price, which is pretty similar. But it may still go down a little bit. However, really good cards may stay up. And they may not go down as much, the really good popular cards. The other thing is, as soon as Chaos Legion General Sell sells out, I mean, these things are going to go right back up. So how long Chaos Legion sell will continue, that we don't know. And another thing to think about is that the second pre-sale, like what's going on right now with 2 million packs, I don't think it's going to go fast. I think it may take well more than a month because it depends on the cost of vouchers. So let's take a look. If vouchers, sorry. Okay, let's take a look at vouchers. Okay, if vouchers are $8 and then you have to spend $4 on top of that, that means $12. So vouchers as well, doesn't make sense that they're that high either, to be honest. If they go below like $4, then they become really useful for the general sale, in my opinion. And they may still, I mean, so that means the pack could be like $12 right now. But statistically, when you open the pack, we're saying, well, $8, and then if you add potions, it could be up to 12. So maybe I just think people are thinking I can get potions pretty cheap. Doesn't cost much. How much does potions cost? I guess we can take a look. Let's shop for potions, and let's look at legendary, which is more valuable. Let's do 5 of them. That's 18 cents. So you're looking at $4.18 for a pack. And when you get that pack, you're looking at a $9.40 value. So you might as well get the gold one too, because I think that's only like 20 something cents extra for a pack. So you're looking at $4.30, $4.40, plus the voucher cost at 7.50. So 11. I mean, I guess 7.80 plus $4.40. So that's 11, 12, 20. And sorry, where were we? That's pretty close. So I think it that the markets, like there's a lot of people interacting, and I think actually a lot of people come to PeakMonsters to look at this number and say, okay, what should I buy or what should I sell my vouchers at? So maybe right now it's a decent deal to sell. Let's look at the depth here too. There's a lot of depth available on the sell. So 480 right off the bat. Okay, so where are we at? Um, you can grab a few cards, but just know that in my opinion, I think some of these cards will go down because the statistical pack value has to go down. Now, I'm not saying all of these cards will, because some of them will go up, like the Grund, which is um, a double strike, and you can get to a 4+4 pretty easy. A 4+4 and a trample, which is great. It is an epic though, so you have to play in like, what is it, Gold League to get this one. So, but still pretty darn good. Look at, I had a bid in there. We should probably raise my bid. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but we will do it. 333. Let's do this. All right. And I have some bids on those commons, but now that I've been looking at prices, I bought a bunch of commons with, let's take a look here. So I have a large bid. Oh, it filled up. So I bought a lot at 1.152. It is completed. Oh, look, we've got a couple of Gruns already. Let's take a look at what we got them for. 20 for one card. It was probably a multi-BCX card, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, because 2 purchased. So $10 a piece. I guess that's pretty decent. None of these have fulfilled. All right, so let's go back to my cards. And I think I will leave the combining stuff to another video. And I think we're good. If you have any questions, let me know. With a lot of talking.